salutations, all you explorers of the Eldritch out there, and welcome to More Than Meets the Eye, where we're uncovering the conspiracy fact the government doesn't want you to know about. I'm your host, Alexander Sorkin, and this week I thought I'd continue on the trend of our last episode, talking about us visiting other extraterrestrial bodies. Now, I'll be honest, the story isn't as recent as some of our others that we've covered so far, but it came to my attention just recently, and it's about something that very well may threaten the existence of the human race. Back in April of 2019, Israel Aerospace Industries and Space IL were working together to land a lunar probe named Beresheet on the surface of the moon. For the most part, everything was going as normal, but in the final moments before the craft touched down, communication with the craft was lost and the vessel ended up crash landing on the surface of the moon. And if that was the entire story, it really wouldn't be that remarkable. Just another failed space mission. There have been many. But, what makes this story interesting was the payload of the Beresheet. The purpose of the mission was to carry a time capsule of human existence to the moon. It contained 30 million pages of data, including a full copy of Wikipedia at the time, as well as the Torah, children's drawings, and memoirs of Holocaust survivors, among other things. And this is where the story gets interesting. At the last minute, thousands of tardigrades were added to the ship's contents. For the uninitiated, tardigrades, also known as water bears or moss piglets, are extremely small creatures, commonly measuring around 0.5 millimeters in length. Perhaps their most well-known trait, however, is their ability to survive in the most extreme conditions. Not only have these little dudes been found everywhere from Antarctica to mud volcanoes, there's been studies that have shown that they can survive oxygen deprivation, radiation, starvation, and drumroll please, the very vacuum of space. And if that wasn't cool enough, just look at them. They're dang cute in their own weird, creepy, crawly kind of way. The way they survive in these severe climates is through a process called cryptobiosis. When adverse environmental conditions arise, metabolic activity in the water bears just stops occurring, which prevents reproduction and development, but allows them to live in the stasis until a more suitable environment comes along. This process can also be found in yeast and brine shrimp. So, these minuscule creatures are currently living on the moon. Could it be that this was the tardigrades' plan all along? Could they themselves be the ones who cut the communications to ground control so that they could wait for the right conditions to arise on the moon and be the first creatures to colonize it, then build their own water bear empire and overthrow humanity? Maybe these tardigrades are more sinister than their cute, chubby exterior lets on. It would appear that in the pursuit of science, humans have inadvertently created life on another celestial body. Given enough time, could they become a threat to humanity itself? Only time will tell. But that's it for this week, folks. Look out for those space tardigrades, and remember, there's more than meets the eye.